Heretic is a new A24 horror film directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. It stars Hugh Grant, Sophia Thatcher, and Chloe East, not Cole East. This is a movie that I've been looking forward to ever since I got to see the trailer for it. It looks very interesting, and I don't know, it just seemed like the kind of A24 movie that they've been moving away from a little bit. More of like a, not necessarily conventional horror movie, but a smaller scale movie that doesn't have like a wide audience appeal. Yes, I am doing another one of these kind of podcasty type reviews. My tripod broke. So I'm going to be getting a new one very shortly, and that'll be fixed, and I'll go back to my regular kind of reviewing. But for now, this is what we're going to do. But Heretic, I was pleasantly surprised by. I actually ended up really, really enjoying my time with the movie, and it's for a couple of reasons. The main crux, 100%, being Hugh Grant's performance. I have never seen him control a movie quite like this. He is just like an eye magnet throughout the entire thing. He holds your attention even when he's monologuing for 5 to 10 minutes. You can just, feel his charisma radiating from across the screen, and it makes it that much creepier that he is so convincing, because he's such a scummy person in the movie, but he does obviously, doesn't come off that way at first. But his reasoning and why he's doing this is all kind of sound, and you never really know where he's going with this little experiment that he's doing on these two innocent Mormon women. But I don't know, he takes his character into different different like planes of sadistic and toying with them. It's so interesting, and he is the absolute standout. Not to discredit Chloe East or Sophie Thatcher at all. I thought they both did an excellent job, especially Sophie Thatcher, because of her other roles I've seen her in were not that strong, but I always knew she had some potential, and she really gets to bring it out here. I think that they're both very convincing, and you can tell that some research was done to kind of be accurate to real-life Mormons. Another really strong aspect of this movie is the direction from the duo of Scott Beck and Brian Woods. And they've directed some other movies in the past, most notably the one I've seen from them, 65, which was that dinosaur movie with Adam Driver that nobody went to see. Came out a year ago, more like a year and a half ago now. And I didn't hate that movie as much as other people did. A lot of people were really not happy with that product. I'm not 100% sure why everybody thought it was the worst thing ever, but I just thought it was kind of bland. It didn't fully utilize its own potential that well. And then I think they were also co-writers on the first A Quiet Place film, which is interesting. But yeah, I think they're talented guys, and I think that they really got to prove themselves with this movie. Obviously, I think A24 gave them the budget to do whatever the hell they wanted with this movie, and a lot of the decisions made in the filmmaking are really, really strong. I think that a lot of the shot composition is so interesting. When the three main characters are having a dialogue between each other about, religion or morals or whatever, they use a lot of tight close-ups and a lot of like looming shots on Hugh Grant, like using like a superior or an inferior angle where you're looking up at him, and he has this like domineering effect, and then the camera is then looking down on the two girls to show how frightened they are. I think a lot of the shots utilize the horror really well, and what what to show you, what not to show you. There was just a lot of really interesting decisions being made that I really liked. I think that it kept the movie on its toes. I think, it supported that wild style of storytelling that this movie was going for. And I found it to be not like a distraction from what was going on, but an addition to it. Same with the set design. I thought it was very, very great. Especially a lot of the outside shots that you get are very like fantastical looking, almost like out of like a darker fairy tale. I really enjoyed that. I like how they use the environment, excuse me, to their advantage. Using different rooms of this house to convey the level of danger that each that the characters are in. I think that Hugh Grant's character, his planning made the movie that much more unpredictable, because he was very much in tune with what the women's decisions were going to be. I don't know. I really found that Brian Woods, and I keep forgetting their names, and Scott Beck crafted this movie in a way that was very rewarding to pay attention to, but not necessary, if that makes sense. I think the story, it's very similar. I kept getting Barbarian vibes from it. It delves down that same path of wanting to be unpredictable, kind of a more mid-level budget horror film that, isn't trying to reach for the stars, be something like Hereditary, but it's also not like Blumhouse schlock. We need more of this kind of horror in our lives, and I think that this movie really hits that niche very well. And it also brings up a lot of interesting discussions. There's a lot of philosophical talk in here. There's a lot of academic talk in this movie, and I can understand why some people find that obnoxious. I can understand how, some people have said that like this movie kind of reads as like a subreddit at times. I can understand that, and it was a little groan worthy in places, but I actually think that it added so much more to chew on with this movie. It made the movie that much more enjoyable to think about afterwards. Like, obviously, I saw this with Cam, and I think that, having another person with you seeing this movie and discussing it afterwards makes it that much more memorable and that much more enjoyable. And the topics that they're bringing up are very interesting, and what they're saying about it, I think, really, again, it makes the tension in the film that much more engaging. It makes you buy all of these twists that they're throwing at you 100%. I think a lot of it has to do with men who think that they have all the answers, think that they figured it out, and the psychotic lengths they go to prove that to other people. I think that was a very interesting subtext that they were going for. A lot of really interesting subtext in this movie that we don't have the full time to delve into, but it was something that they didn't need to add to the movie, but made it that much more interesting, and put it a cut above some of its peers, even something like Barbarian. I only have like a few complaints. I think that towards the third act, there is a subplot that really comes out of nowhere, and even the own movie kind of calls it on its bullshit. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about if you've seen the film. It was like, that's lame. I think that they're reaching here. And even if they pointed it out, it's still stupid. But yeah, I don't know. There was just that one little subplot that I didn't love, and some of the acting towards the beginning is a little hokey, and the inclusion of Topher Grace was funny at first, but kind of unnecessary. I don't know. There were moments in this movie that kind of took me out of it, but then they gradually bring you right back in. So Heretic is a very, very strong film to have come out this year. I think that a lot of people are going to gravitate towards it. I think that it's going to start a lot of discussions. Some people may be annoyed, again, by the more academic-y type dialogue, but I really enjoyed it, and I think that this is one of the stronger efforts that horror has to showcase from 2024. So I'm going to be giving Heretic a strong 4 out of 5. And yeah, that is my review for A24's Heretic. Did you guys enjoy this movie? Please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you with the next review. Thank you so much for watching.